Hello and welcome. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union is ruling out an immediate increase in transport fares in the country. This is despite the significant upward adjustment in prices of petroleum products. But why is the union holding on to any adjustment? George Raffi has the details.
The Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRT, in responding to our queries, gives several reasons to back its decision not to start engaging government now for an increase in fares. According to the GPRT, the increment by the various oil marketing companies doesn't cross their own established 10% threshold that should push for talks with government for an increase in fares. Now, this is a sharp departure from the previous convention where, if within a quarter, fuel prices should go up by more than 5% together with increments in other variables like insurance and spare parts that should actually push for an increment in fares. A careful look at the adjustments that have been done over the past few days show that the increment is about 9% based on numbers supplied by analysts. This is 1% shy of the 10% target that the GPRTU has set for itself to actually push for talks to increase fares. But the union was actually quick to add that if there are further increases as projected, then they would definitely push for an increment in fares. By that time, the union believes the sector minister should be in office to aid their discussions for adjustment in fares. So for now, we could be excused from any significant increase in the cost of living in the coming days because the transport operators are not going to increase fares, at least for the next 2 weeks.
Well, Ghana's oil reserves is left with about 2.5 billion barrels, more to be produced if new oil discoveries are not found. This represents about 86% of the total oil reserves. There is more in this report.
According to Fitch Solutions, only about 400 million barrels of oil so far been produced from the Jubilee and Plantain fields since the country began oil production in the year 2011. This signifies ample opportunity for Ghana's upstream oil production. However, ongoing technical issues at both fields provide some risks to the country's oil production potential. Previous issues have meant output at the Jubilee and Plantain fields is currently capped at 70% of maximum floating production, storage and offload capacity. Nonetheless, Tullow Oil's recent focus on improving water injection efficiency and optimizing wells is set to enhance the field's output over Fitch Solutions' forecast period. This raises the prospect of increasing recoverable reserves at both the Jubilee and Plantain fields. There are currently 49 injection and production wells at Jubilee and Plantain fields planned between 2021 and 2030, with each production well projected to have an initial production rate of 10 to 15,000 barrels per day. Despite the company's ambitions, it is unlikely all wells will reach the desired initial production rates over the planned period, given the decline rates at the field. At the moment, the nation is still awaiting a boost from the Pecan field, which is expected to come on stream in 2025.
You're still watching The Marketplace. Well, we've had the inauguration of Joe Biden as the 46th president of the United States is already exuding some hope for Africa. One huge expectation is that Biden will reverse Trump's blockage of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's appointment as the head of the World Trade Organization. If so, she will bring a renewed sense of focus to the beleaguered trade body. For the first time in history, the World Trade Organization might even start considering the Global South. Already, Biden has reversed executive orders by Trump on the travel ban on Nigeria, Sudan, and other countries. As many experts believe that this could be a fresh start for U.S.-Africa trade relations, others also hold the faith that the Continental Free Trade Agreement will also be the stepping stone for trade talks and arrangement and agreement between the United States and even that of Africa. Frank Ajukum is Executive Secretary of the Ghana International Trade Commission. He joins us via Zoom for more discussions on this story. So, Mr. Ajukum, we're grateful that you joined us. Is it much more appropriate to say that we're going to be experiencing brighter days ahead between U.S., Ghana, even Africa trade relations, having seen the inauguration of Biden?
Yes, thank you. And I'd want to believe in such vein, because already President Biden has given indication of his readiness to be more open in dealing with countries such as in Africa. As you did rightly say, he's expected to unblock the ascendancy of the WTO of Nkonjo-Iweala of Nigeria, which would be a good thing for Africa. And also, he has indicated his desire for multilateralism, as indicated in his rejoining the Paris Peace Climate Accord and all those stuff. So it does tell you that he's moving in a multilateral direction, which puts in a very good stead, because now we have the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which will be a good vehicle for us to deal with Biden's multilateral efforts. And for Africa, I think it is good for America and under Biden or whichever president to try and engage Africa, because really Africa has the potential to be a world player. As we do realize in the next few years, by 2021, about half of the world's population will be in Africa. So it does bode well for any president anywhere at all to try and engage Africa on an even keel and try and make sure that the interests of Africa are also sought in the relations, in terms of trade, in terms of whatever beginning is going on, because dealing with about half of the world's population in a few years from now is something that should engage the attention of all world leaders.
But, even if we could rake in the remnants of the Trump administration, Donald Trump, whilst in office, made known the concern that America has been given, and now is the time for them to stay, in a much more lone way in his tantra, America First. Now we're having Joe Biden come on board with a much more unilateral approach, as you rightly stated. But once again, it begs the discussion on the given mentality. How do you think Africa must reposition itself to be not just a basket to receive from the West, but also a potential to give its best as well?
Well, Africa should always be prepared to give up its best, because it's a world of competition. And you know that Africa is not alone in this. It's not only the West that is trying to cut Africa. You have the Chinese in Africa. You have all others trying to cut Africa. So whoever comes to Africa, it's up to Africans to try and up their game in such a way that they are able to get the best for themselves in all aspects of economic endeavor. So it's not only dealing with America that should make Africa get its best. Africa should get its best whoever it deals with. And that is rebounds on Africans to be able to put their house in order, to be able to take advantages of all the opportunities that come their way in terms of all the world leaders, all the world powers that are trying to seek their attention.
Well, finally, let's narrow it down to Ghana. What do you feel must be the priority line when it comes to negotiations with the U.S., this new U.S. administration on trade lines?
Well, there are a myriad of issues that could be put on board. I mean, already Ghana has a very good relationship with America, would seek to up it in all aspects. I mean, there's AGUA, for instance, that has stood us in a very good state. We could reactivate that and see how far we can escalate that, because that gives us access to non-tariff products to the U.S. markets and others. It also helps our industries to grow and then be able to compete on the international scene. There are other areas of escalation. I mean, America is always very interested in terms of security and counterterrorism matters. All these things must be looked at, how we fit into it and how we are able to accommodate it, if we do want to accommodate some of them at all. In all this, as we did rightly say, is for Africa to be able to state its claim as to what it wants, how it wants to get it, and be able to negotiate on an even keel and on a basis that will inure to the benefits of Africans and not the benefits of America or whichever country we deal with.
Frank Ejikun, we're so grateful that he joined us. He's Executive Secretary of the Ghana International Trade Commission, helping us understand the prospects of trade between the United States and Ghana and that of Africa. You're still watching The Marketplace. We're back with more stories to stay. You're welcome back. President Akufo-Addo believes that his administration has made much progress in ensuring food security in the country. This is not sitting down well with the Agri Workers Union, who argue that farmers across the country are losing thousands of cedis to post-harvest losses. Of course, Upper East Regional Correspondent Albert Sorim has been investigating the value chain of plantain across the country and whether or not Ghana is food sufficient. Here's his report.
Plantain is a staple crop consumed almost in every home in Ghana. In markets across the country, plantain is always in abundance during the harvest season. At the TheMarketPlace market, for instance, traders sometimes sell their plantain at giveaway prices or on credit basis, mainly due to excesses of the food crop on the market. Nana Efia Yeboah sells plantain at wholesale in the TheMarketPlace market.
Na ya hawa yukumpa nse niamana ne yakofaba ya ni nyatofo tofo no so eba nyame bua na tofo no so ba omo so tokwa omo ntua obaba beto ama osika beye mprensa na mprenan na mafa ayonko awi efiri sa amre ko no o mabiu na kese sika no wafa wo be twetwetwetwe uhunu bi na ayoka tina ma dwadie no ayabasa tambia kanko na yebo.
Plantain is highly perishable and therefore needs to move quickly once it is harvested and brought to the market. But this does not always happen for wholesalers like Nanefia and Josephine Adai here.
Body na sonya hankwane di fisehi neba e ko fa fisehi pawa papa e di aba rando ni abikra fulo di kia di aba na nto e na di ana nye kama e brepa.
In order to break even, traders like Josephine and Nanefia have to try selling their produce in other markets.
Tonti sebana sa yetwa yedema e mane wo Burkina Faso biko temele no borga no omukọ a sa yede ne yemfa sika no mai e betena wo sa.
Fortunately for them, while plantain may be in abundance in Ghana, it is not grown in Burkina Faso because the climate there is too harsh. The Ghanaian traders employ the services of cargo truck operators to transport their plantain to Ouagadougou, the Burkinabe capital, for sale. I am here in Ouagadougou to find out what happens when the plantain arrives from Ghana.
So, this is the Sakura Market, one of the markets where Ghanaian plantain is sold here in Ouagadougou, the Burkina Faso capital.
I discover that the common practice is that each trader bringing in plantain from Ghana works with a regular truck driver they can trust, who delivers the plantain to a business partner here in Ouagadougou. The business partner may either pay for the plantain instantly, or they make part payment and the balance paid after they have retailed the plantain here in Ouagadougou. The business looks simple, but it comes with lots of challenges. Here at the Kalgonde suburb of Ouagadougou, I meet the Ghanaian drivers who come to deliver plantain at the Tolise yard, a popular lorry park.
We carry goods like plantain, orange, avocado, and other farm goods to this place. The market women will buy it from Ghana, then we bring it here to those here so that they will sell. And then they'll give us our lorry fare and then we'll go back. We have a lot of challenges here. When we come here around from 7 o'clock in the morning, they don't allow our cows to come inside the town, Ouagadougou town. So we have to stay somewhere till night. And you can imagine these sort of things, which they easily spoil. So imagine you come and stay somewhere else for another day to come. Maybe the things are getting spoiled. You stay there, the next day you come, they are spoiled. They will not get, they can't sell and give you your money to go back.
We take tomatoes here, we take onion, we take watermelon to Ghana. The same thing, we bring orange, plantain, pawpaw from Kumasi, Ofenso, everywhere. We bring it to here. So they are disturbing us. You see, when we are about to enter, our problem is the police. We make a duty. We have our laissez-passer, but they will come and ask you the car papers. You show the papers to them, and they will tell you that beginning they pay 25,000. There you have committed. From 12 you can't go inside the town. Once to the thing that we are carrying is a food. When the sun heat go inside the food, before you enter, it will spoil. So when the women to sell, it will against them. You see.
Away from the truck drivers from Ghana are the Burkinabe plantain dealers. I meet one of them, Ouedraogo Madi, who sells plantain at both wholesale and retail at the Sakura Market in the middle of Ouagadougou. Madi has been doing this business for about 20 years now, so he has a lot of experience. He tells JoyNews through an interpreter that his suppliers are from both Ghana and the Ivory Coast.
Doing business with Ghanaians is very good for us because Ghana is closer to Ouagadougou here than Cote d'Ivoire. When someone is bringing plantain from Cote d'Ivoire, it will take the person at least 3 to 4 days before getting here. By the time the person gets here, some of the plantain might have spoiled. But the Ghana one, because it's close, it comes with its good quality, in good quality.
Madi reveals that plantain from Ghana is generally preferred in Burkina Faso mainly because it has a better taste compared to plantain from the Ivory Coast. However, he would rather buy more of the Ivorian variety of plantain because its price is 2 times lower than the price of the Ghanaian variety.
Our main challenge with plantain from Ghana is the price, but it is of high quality. The plantain from Ghana are bigger as compared to plantain from Cote d'Ivoire. When it comes to the taste, it's tasty. You know, it helps them because it's bigger. The people also come and then they choose the big ones. The only challenge is the price. If the Ghanaian businessmen or women will reduce the price a little bit so that it will be competitive as compared to the Cote d'Ivoire one, I think the business will be very good for them.
To put it in a better perspective, Madi shows us this cargo truck here and explains that the price of a full load of Ghana plantain in this truck can purchase 2 full loads of the same truck of plantain from the Ivory Coast. We meet another trader, Lamine Sana. Sana also buys plantain from Ghana and the Ivory Coast and sells it here in Ouagadougou. For him also, his customers prefer Ghanaian plantain, but he is very careful about the quantity of it he purchases because compared to Ivorian plantain, Ghanaian plantain perishes within a shorter time.
When you look at the plantain from Ghana, it's nice to see and it's big in size. But when you are talking about the quality, the Ivorian plantain is somehow better in terms of quality because it is natural. But the Ghanaian plantain, they use a lot of chemicals that makes it big. But the disadvantage is that when you take the Ghanaian plantain, it doesn't last. Maybe after 4 or 5 days, it will spoil. But the Ivorian plantain can be in the truck for 10 days and it won't rot.
In effect, Ghanaian plantain is far more expensive here in Ouagadougou, thereby creating a situation where dealers like Madi and Sana would rather go for the Ivorian plantain, although they would ordinarily prefer the Ghanaian variety. Back in Ghana, the traders who supply plantain to Burkina Faso have some suggestions on how government can help improve the trade.
Yes, Rabans and Meto my no one Franco. Abandon so be as soon. What they are buying car, we are the Nobitia. Now we also the year in Timmy Kodarica. Nipano Kurabia winning if you know, like I said, Mikodu Bokena, Mikobisa, Sakwamana, Fian watch them. No one is a first Canadian. This are band in Bum the Toma Yanka.
Oh, I buy the ideas run pass. Number 1, or me alone. Nanka said if I bear 2, 3, and Anka Tosakia. Oh, lot of family too much. Kia in Pami and Son and Yaki and I ran over one. Nanka Makam Mabonmakulu, Amadiaba, and no dear will buy a lot of family. Say these are a better room, and they are very less. Actually, say. Yeah, high for the Diapon, the Abano, and not the higher.
Food and Agriculture Minister in the previous government, Dr. Owusu Afriye Akoto, tells JoyNews he believes the fact that foodstuff from Ghana is going into other countries is an indication that government's Planting for Food and Jobs program has been successful.
I know, and in the international community knows, everybody knows that Planting for Food and Jobs is having such a tremendous impact and is doing well in terms of our food self-sufficiency. That's what I'm saying. Now it's not food self-sufficiency. We've become the bread basket. You know, in Nigeria, you know what is happening in Nigeria? People are opening up, falsely opening up government warehouses and taking food. They are hungry. And their traders are coming here to pick food. You think that if we didn't have the food, Ghana wouldn't be facing the same fate? But we have surplus. And food prices have never been so low. And people can eat much better, and they are much happier because the producers are producing, getting the money, and the consumers are getting it at a price that they can afford it. And then what else can anybody wish?
But how does government intend to improve upon this business opportunity for the benefit of the Ghanaian farmer?
So now we are retraining our PPRSD staff, that's the Plant Protection Regulatory Service staff, who are there to check to make sure that plant diseases are not brought in or taken out of the country, so that they can start collecting the data. And they are at all the ports, including airports, seaports, all the land ports, together with the customs people and so on, who are collecting their taxes and so on. So we are retraining them to make sure that they can collect these statistics for us to have a true reflection. Because these trucks which are coming from Kano and all these places to come and trade, they are not going to our markets. So the records don't reflect. See, they have their own agents here who organize at the farm gate. They just come and bulk it together and load, and they're off. And maybe you can have 1,000 metric tons of foodstuff on one articulator truck. But we are not tracking those. So it's just those we are originating in our markets that we are. So it's a huge business going on there.
Great reporting there by Albert Sori. And in Marketplace with me, Charles Ayete. Enjoy the rest of our programs.